We are all so accustomed to the running and gunning and zipping and zooming and
It started as a regular Sunday at Fellowship Church, with members gathering in anticipation of a heartfelt sermon from Pastor Charles Jenkins, known for his inspiring messages and unwavering faith. The atmosphere was filled with warmth, devotion, and the kind of energy that only a community united in worship can create. Pastor Jenkins began speaking with his characteristic passion, his voice rising and falling, touching hearts with stories and lessons that had guided the congregation for years. But as the sermon continued, a subtle change caught the attention of those seated closest to the pulpit. His voice wavered slightly, and the familiar rhythm of his preaching seemed interrupted by a moment of pause that many initially thought was part of his emotional delivery. Then, in an instant that seemed to stretch and bend time, he leaned forward and the room transformed from an environment of joyful worship into one of sudden concern and urgency. Members instinctively moved toward him, some reaching out to steady him, others praying silently but fervently, and the congregation was filled with a sense of shock, not panic, as they realized their beloved pastor needed help. Church staff and trained volunteers immediately took action, checking on him and ensuring he was safe, while others gently guided the congregation to remain calm. Within moments, emergency responders arrived, carefully attending to Pastor Jenkins, and what had begun as a routine Sunday service became a profound reminder of the human vulnerability that exists even in those we look up to most. Despite the suddenness, the faith of the congregation remained steadfast, with prayers filling the sanctuary, soft songs rising, and hands joined in solidarity, as members clung to hope and the belief that God was present in every moment of uncertainty. Immediate response. The response inside the church was swift and compassionate. Ushers and volunteers worked diligently to maintain order, helping members stay calm, while those trained in first aid provided careful assistance to Pastor Jenkins. People moved with purpose, some assisting with logistical tasks, while others simply offered comfort through quiet words and gestures, understanding that sometimes the presence of caring hearts is as important as any professional skill. Members who were familiar with emergency procedures coordinated with responders, ensuring that paramedics had clear access and that Pastor Jenkins could be safely transported if necessary. Even as sirens and lights from outside signaled the arrival of emergency services, the congregation continued to pray together, demonstrating resilience and unity in the face of unexpected challenges. Amid the unfolding events, there was a remarkable sense of community. Strangers within the congregation supported one another, helping those who were shaken by the sudden turn of events, while seasoned members encouraged everyone to hold faith and remain hopeful. The church, once filled with laughter, music, and collective praise, became a space of quiet concern and reflection, reminding everyone that even within spaces of worship, the human condition is present, and the care we offer each other matters more than words can convey. The journey to the hospital. As Pastor Jenkins was gently transported to the hospital by the emergency team, the congregation followed with prayers, candlelight, and heartfelt expressions of support. The streets outside, illuminated by the flashing lights of ambulances, became a temporary gathering place for members who wished to offer encouragement and solidarity. The scene was peaceful yet intense, as people connected not only through faith, but also through shared concern for someone they deeply respected. Church leaders stayed in constant communication with hospital staff, ensuring that accurate information was available for the congregation while maintaining privacy and dignity for Pastor Jenkins and his family. At the hospital, doctors worked attentively, monitoring his condition and providing updates that reassured everyone that he was receiving excellent care. Family members remained close, offering quiet words of comfort, holding hands, and embodying the kind of love and support that reminds all of us how profoundly human connections influence recovery. News of his condition spread quickly, yet the focus remained on hope and healing rather than speculation. The congregation understood that this was a time for faith and patience, trusting that the journey from the pulpit to the hospital was part of a larger story of care, community, and the enduring power of compassion. The power of community. In the hours following the events, the power of community became more evident than ever. Members of the congregation, alongside friends, colleagues, and well-wishers from across the nation, rallied in support of Pastor Jenkins, sending messages, organizing prayer chains, and creating spaces for reflection and hope. Social media, often a source of distraction or debate, transformed into a platform for encouragement and shared faith, with thousands offering words of support, prayers, and gratitude for the positive influence Pastor Jenkins had on their lives. This outpouring of love reminded everyone that leadership is not a solitary journey. It is shaped by the relationships and connections cultivated over years of dedication. In this moment, the congregation witnessed firsthand the ripple effect of one individual's influence, as acts of kindness, prayers, and shared encouragement multiplied, touching the lives of people who had never set foot in the church but had been inspired by Pastor Jenkins's work. The events of that day highlighted the essential truth that no one carries the weight of responsibility alone, and that a community united in compassion and purpose is capable of extraordinary support and resilience. Reflections on leadership. The sudden event also sparked thoughtful conversations within the congregation and broader faith community about the realities of leadership. Pastor Jenkins had long been admired for his tireless work, empathy, and dedication, but his collapse served as a gentle, albeit unexpected reminder that leaders are human and require care, rest, and support. Church elders and leaders engaged in meaningful dialogue about how to create sustainable systems that allow leaders to thrive while maintaining their health and well-being. Members reflected on the balance between devotion, responsibility, and self-care, recognizing that strength is not demonstrated solely through endurance, but also through wisdom, humility, and the ability to acknowledge limits. Discussions centered not on criticism, but on how the congregation could collectively uphold their mission while ensuring that the health and welfare of its leaders were prioritized. This reflection extended beyond the church walls, influencing other ministries, faith leaders, and individuals who looked to Pastor Jenkins as an example of dedication and service. In a profound way, the incident became a teaching moment, illustrating that faith communities flourish most when the humanity of their leaders is respected and supported. Hope and recovery. As Pastor Jenkins continued to receive care, small but positive signs of recovery inspired hope. Moments of awareness, gentle communication, and the warmth of family presence reminded everyone that healing is both a medical and emotional journey. Doctors emphasized the importance of rest, reflection, and ongoing support. And the congregation embraced the opportunity to provide sustained encouragement without overwhelming him. Members continued to pray, share messages of love, and participate in acts of kindness, understanding that their support was part of the holistic healing process. The atmosphere shifted from one of shock to one of cautious optimism, as faith, patience, and community resilience created an environment conducive to recovery and renewal. The experience reaffirmed the interconnectedness of health, care, and communal support, demonstrating that recovery is a shared journey in which everyone contributes through love, attention, and consistent encouragement. A lasting impact. Pastor Jenkins's experience left a lasting mark on the congregation and the broader faith community. It became a reminder that vulnerability is not weakness, and that even the strongest leaders benefit from care, support, and understanding. Discussions about leadership, responsibility, and self-care continued, emphasizing that sustainable ministry requires balance, collaboration, and attentiveness to human needs. The story inspired other churches and communities to reflect on how to support leaders in meaningful ways, creating environments where faith, service, and well-being coexist harmoniously. Above all, it reinforced the enduring power of community, prayer, and shared hope, illustrating that even in moments of uncertainty, unity and compassion can create resilience and inspiration that reverberate far beyond a single congregation. Pastor Jenkins's journey became a symbol of faith, humanity, and the importance of caring for those who dedicate their lives to serving others, leaving a legacy that encourages reflection, empathy, and intentional support for leaders everywhere. Embracing the lessons. The events of that Sunday were transformative, offering lessons that go beyond the walls of any single church. Members learned that while devotion and hard work are vital, the health and well-being of leaders are equally important, and that communities thrive when care and support are mutual. Conversations about rest, mental health, and shared responsibility became part of the ongoing dialogue, enriching the culture of the church and inspiring broader discussions within the faith community. Pastor Jenkins's experience emphasized the power of hope, unity, and collective action, demonstrating that compassion, prayer, and intentional support create an environment in which leaders and members alike can flourish. Ultimately, the story reminds everyone that even in moments of uncertainty, faith, resilience, and human connection have the capacity to transform challenges into opportunities for growth, understanding, and lasting impact.